Here we are live for our international Custodes.
Hi.
Hi everyone. Today there's all the authors right now at work on Lex Arcana. We have Francesca Garello, we have Enrico Borro and Dia Hathaway, which are the editors as well of the Lex Arcana line. We have Claudio Vergatti, which is the Magister Regulorum. So basically we have all the people working right now on the fall, which we'll start talking about real soon, the moment all the international custodes will have the time to, come join us and ask their questions. I cannot wait to share a little bit of secrets and spoilers we've been keeping to ourselves. And we were all ready to spill the beans and let you know everything, but alas, we do not want to ruin your...
We can spill some beans, though.
Yes, exactly. Some beans. But we don't want to ruin your experience because we can officially confirm what kind of handbook will be the fall. I don't know. Maybe some of you want to reveal what kind of handbook it is. Ian, do you want to?
Pick me.
Ian, I choose you. I choose you.
It is a second campaign.
Dun 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 dun.
Wanted campaigns. Here they are.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a campaign that will be different than the other campaign we announced, which is Atlantis. And it will be different because, as you may have seen looking around, we kind of anticipated this in other posts and conversation. It will be the first one in continuity. So there will be an ongoing story that will change the actual history of Lex Arcana. But fret not, because Francesca Garello, which is our... how would you translate your role as...
I'm Vestal, the priestess of consistency. That's what
Exactly. Francesca, as Flavia Gallia Scholastica, which is the author of the Encyclopedia Arcana, is the priestess of consistency of Lex Arcana. And so she will make sure that everything stays historical, I would say truthful, but talking about an alternative timeline, maybe it's not the best of words. Let's say that it stays coherent to itself.
Yes, it is, and consistent. That's the key word of everything. So once you make sure that everything is tied together and it's consistent, then you can go on and follow new paths, actually. But actually the path is always the same because it's an alternative history. And so we are talking about a different kind of empire, a non-existent but very real empire. So we can choose
absolutely
whatever we want to follow our journey and our adventure. So that's it's easy. In a way.
We have a very nice question. Will we see Flavia Gallia Scholastica in Rome or in the fall?
Well, she lives in Rome, so whatever happens in Rome, she could be involved with. So who knows?
We could put a little nod to Flavia.
Actually, she's not a kind of adventurer. She's most a scholar. But anyway, the times are very complicated. So sometimes scholars have to be adventurers. So who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe
as in many contubernia. I mean,
exactly right.
Exactly. And then
the fall is not the best time to be in Rome. During the fall.
Claudio feels bold and goes straight to the point, and that's absolutely true. Maybe you guys, since Enrico, Ian, and Claudio are actually working on some of the adventures that will make the fall the handbook. Maybe you want to say a couple of words about the starting point. We don't want to say anything that will spoil the experience the game, of this campaign, of playing this campaign to the players, to the Custodes. But maybe the starting point, it's something we can share and say what's the change in equilibrium that brings the Custodes to Rome.
Am I supposed to say things?
No, I think that Enrico, Ian, and Claudio are deciding who's going to be.
I just
won't
say
say
on
anything.
initiative roll, so I think it's Enrico's turn.
Go.
Enrico,
I think
go.
it's my time.
Yes.
Well, there will be a starting adventure far from Rome, in which the Custodes will find something disturbing, and and they have to choose then to who refer the discoveries and the depth and the consequences that brings to the empire. Afterwards, in the meantime, the emperor is calling each one of the Custos to Rome, because there is something to be revealed to the whole course.
And maybe, Enrico, I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but just a little spoiler for our international Custodes. We will have Theodomir's discourse to the course. There will be a very, very nice thing connected to this, but I won't say anything more. You will discover it with the Kickstarter campaign, which we soon reveal when it starts. Yeah. Sorry, Enrico. Go.
No. I bring. We will bring the Custodes, the Contubernia, at a specific time when the emperor will address directly to them, and then something start to happen.
I like this. Things start to happen, which is always the best thing when you are playing RPGs and you want to have fun, basically. They want the spoilers, but you won't have them. Not now. Otherwise, how are you going to enjoy the game the moment you have the volume in your hands? We have a very interesting question from Helio, which Francesca, maybe he didn't follow the live before. Helio, we have a very nice news for you, and Isaac, which is another fellow Custos. Helio says, I wonder how previously published material will feature into the continuity. Is the Sword in the Stone canon, Xenomorph, Internecivus Raptus. This one,
Xenomonstrum.
Xenomonstrum is the name. Exactly.
Xenomonstrum.
Right.
I think it's time to explain how this will work. The foe will be the first in a line that we decided to call storyline, which is campaigns in continuity. Whereas the geographical modules will stay neuter, let's say. They will be neutral. And just like you could have played Britannia without having Egyptus, you can decide to play whatever future geographical module may come without having to worry about this. So in that sense, if you want to put any of these elements into your adventure, feel free to do so. Absolutely. The most important thing to us is that you all have fun, basically. And we want to give you we want to give you instruments to have more fun, basically.
More fun.
Exactly. Someone is suggesting an invasion of Xenomonstra. I correct myself. I surely hope not, because that would be complicated to do a use. But then I lost my. Here I am. Sorry.
There is already a lot of work to do in Rome without the Xenomorph. So
Okay. Well, I want to do a spoiler. No, Xenomonstra do not cause the fall.
I feel like we can reveal this, right? It is not
yes.
I'm sorry. Xenomonstra are nice little creatures, nothing dangerous compared to the dangers of Rome. So no.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like
we are bringing you to the most dangerous place in the entire
Right, exactly.
Rome.
So Xenomonsters. We eat Xenomonsters for breakfast.
No. But that's a nice idea, maybe for the next volume in the storyline. Books.
We can
I'm
add
joking.
the xenomorph to the enemies of the emperor.
Nice. That wasn't a turn I expected this live stream to go into, honestly. But I love it. My pen fell. Yeah, that's a sign. That's definitely a sign of what's going to happen. The fall. It's true. And then again, I am sorry, I lost my train of thought right now with this thing. Okay, I am a Custos in full power of myself. Okay, what we could do right now, just to give our international Custodes a little bit of an idea of what we are trying to do with this volume, is to read the presentation that will also be on the Kickstarter page, so that everyone will have an idea of the kind of vibe and the kind of atmosphere we are trying to achieve with this one. So if you do not mind, guys, I'd read the English description so that also our Custodes know what we are talking about. Okay, so here we have it. What is the perverse ancestral entity whose name is whispered at the borders of the Empire, and who has crossed paths with the Custodes several times? What is it planning against the Emperor, and why? And above all, who has already been corrupted by its long claws? And while the Custodes must discover who to trust and who not to trust, the very foundations of the Empire shake. So yeah, basically intrigue, corruption, Can
I add one line?
Yeah.
For Rome is eternal, but empires may fall.
Dun. Yeah. That's
no
thank
reference
you,
to
William.
any volume called The Fall is intended with this comment.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Helio's comment. Yeah. So yes, there will be a lot of intrigue. There will be a lot of friends and fiends that you will have to discern as a Custos. And Francesca, there will be a lot of new information about the imperial family, isn't it?
Yes, so since we are playing in a very complicated level of influences, powers, politics, and everything, it is important to know who are the people at the top of this mountain, which is the Empire, and which one is their position on top? Is it a strong grip, or are they, falling from one side to the other? So we have the Emperor, and we all know his name is Theodomirus. But Theodomirus has a family, and this family is important because it is involved in. It can be involved in many games of power. So the first important person that we have in this setting is Theodomirus' wife, who is a scholar and a philosopher, Cecilia Paulina. Paulina in Latin means little one, a small one, because she is quite short, but she has a very strong personality. Then they got married some gossip, some imperial gossip. I can tell you when they got married. They got married in 1213, when Theodomirius weren't emperor yet. He was the son of the emperor. Then they had her firstborn boy, Flavius Severus Audax, who now is 19, more or less. Then they had a second child, a girl, Severa Pulchra. Pulchra means the beautiful, so you know something about her. And then they had two twins, a boy and a girl. And in this very year, when the twins were born, Theodomirius, became emperor. So the family history and the empire history are very mixed. Now, Theodomirius is around 40. He is a quite loved emperor. He's very strong and stable on his throne. But actually, this is Rome, so nothing is really stable. And fixed.
I mean, an emperor having this power for 13 years.
Right, 13 years, and it's a lot. But actually, he's sitting on this throne, and the throne is... an uncomfortable place. So actually, the powers are more or less in balance now in Rome. So he has a strong grip on politics. But actually, the very important persons are divided into pro and cons to Theodomirius. Actually, the pros are more than cons. So he is quite...
It would appear.
Because there are always a group of so-called neutral elements that are neutral until they have to make a choice, and the choice is always their own benefit. So we are not really sure that he has so many allies, as he believes.
So, Francesca, I'm sorry, I will interrupt you with a comment from Caio, which I think sums up perfectly what you were saying, which is, and senators and major military leaders, and of course leaders of the various cults. Lots and lots of political intrigue, a hotbed of treachery, and dozens of groups to ally with.
Right, and the
Cohors Arcana.
And now let me just finish everything with something I wanted to say. No, I wanted to say to Elio. I want to share something with you. You know, with the place where Empress Cecilia was born, she was born in Olisipo, which is modern Lisboa. So she was born in Lusitania.
Yes, we have this little bit of information. And I'm sorry, Kai says even conspiracies will conspire. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's that's a nice piece of trivia you gave, Francesca. I'm sure our Custodes from Lusitania, which are very active in Lex Arcana, will deeply appreciate this. So yeah, there will be a lot of sides in this book. There will be a lot of voices, and you as Custodes will have to discern if you have to who you can trust, basically, and who you may. Yeah, exactly. Lusitanians were never easy to deal with.
And Cecilia Paulina is a very complicated woman, but
absolutely
a very fine lady.
Yeah, a very interesting one, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, we have a really great cast of characters with the imperial families, and all of the sort of leaders of Rome, really, who all have their own agendas, etc. My personal favorite is, I think, the emperor's mother. I think she's really cool.
The dowager.
I really like her. I hope
she is a formidable woman, really.
Yeah. We mentioned her actually in the post on our Facebook group in which we talked about the Vestals. We mentioned her and the Empress, the current Empress, because they actually do travel sometimes to the Vestal Temple. So, it's something to know.
What they talk about.
What are they talking about? Talking
Who knows?
together.
Who knows? But as you may have guessed by now, it's something we are putting a lot of thought into. We want all the characters, all the sides to be really well detailed, and we want you to have a chance to really explore what's the political lines of the empire, how they are interwoven, how they work. And also, one thing that I know Ian is really excited about, how you can actually interact with other contubernia. Because for being a very nice, the Cohors Arcana, for being so big, for being built up by many different contubernia, really didn't have that much of interaction between different contubernia groups.
Right. Yeah. So because and we have said this already, so it's not a spoiler. Because all the contubernia are recalled to Rome by the emperor's order, we have a chance to see them working side by side, to interact with your own group, with lots of NPC contubernia, etc. I think we mentioned this in the previous live, but this does also open. It's not planned, but I think it does open the possibility for very interesting convention experiences in which we can play sections of the fall with multiple contuberni interacting with each other at the table. I think that's a very interesting sort of side event that this kind of storytelling lets us do. And I just think it'll be exciting to see, who are your friends in the Cohors Arcana, who aren't your friends, Arcana, etc.
I just want to share Claudio's comment that says mothers of emperors have almost always been people to be feared. But well, if you survive in what was the Roman Empire till a very old age, usually you have a very thick skin, right, guys?
You've seen some stuff.
This is dangerous. This is dangerous as was dangerous the real Roman Empire, but with the supernatural enemies. So
it's much worse.
Because we also have that. We don't just have the normal scheming. We also have the supernatural scheming. So the two levels intertwine. And
exactly.
I mean, as Claudio likes to say, everyone's going to die. So don't worry.
And that's it.
Exactly.
We also finally have a chance to meet the one who issues the orders to the contubernia, who is the commander of the Cohors.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a spoiler,
I will not give the name. I'm not asking to give the name, but we'll have to know in the pages of the fall.
Enrico, do I have to fear you and your spoilers?
So the name, if we just say reveal the name, it can do no harm. So who wants? Please, Enrico, if you want to, share the name of
the spoiler is in the adventure. Finally, in the campaign, finally we meet the commander of the Cohors.
The supreme commander of the Cohors. It's a new NPG, so this is something really new.
After 30 years, maybe it's time to do so.
We'll see. Someone says that is it true that as a stretch goal there will be a marble bust of you authors?
Absolutely.
I mean, we're still figuring out how to deal with the shipping costs, but
it doesn't. I mean, it's not important. I mean, can you imagine your sitting room with a collection of marble busts?
I think I prefer Helio's proposal, which is a set of plushies. That would actually be very sweet. Yeah, the only thing is that, usually plushies are the ones you sleep with, and I'd be afraid that Claudio's plushie will start telling rules in my ear while I try to sleep.
You'll die.
Like, okay, now you have to roll a descentia to know if you will sleep well or not. And I'm like, no, please. No, that's obviously we're just joking around because we actually have to reveal the date of the Kickstarter, which, guys, I will have to rectify what I previously said in the Italian live, because I was too eager and I said it one day earlier than when it will actually start. I said, I am the one that will
that was
fall.
a failed roll of the Scientia.
Yeah, it was a failed roll of the Scientia. I was too eager to start the campaign, and so I anticipated it by one day, but it will actually be one day later. I will I will rectify this in the Italian group, but you will know the exact date right now. Camilla is falling down. Yes, Camilla is falling.
Fall of Camilla, that is the truth.
Yeah, it's the fall of Camilla, and it's spoiler. The book will end with a picture of me like this. No, absolutely. That would be a nightmare. I do not wish to impose on you. But yes, we will reveal the date of the start of the actual Kickstarter campaign. And just as a reminder, I will share with you the pre-campaign so that if you still haven't done so, you can... wait a second. I did a very wrong thing, but now I will... put everything right. I did a pasting of the wrong link. Okay. They ask us when will it start. We still haven't said it, so you didn't hear it because we still haven't said it. But I think we can say it. It will start on the 9th of April. So April 9, 2024, the 4th Kickstarter campaign for Lex Arcana, which is very, very nice, which brings 3 new books to the Lex Arcana line, which now is composed by 4 books and then 2 and then 2 and now 3, 11 books, which I think must be some sort of record, guys.
Well, yes.
Surely is it.
And we have to do all the geographical province.
Yeah,
provinces.
Absolutely.
Far from finished.
Yeah, we still have a lot of work to do. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but not too patient, because as we were saying, you have to be ready on April 9. So we will start with this campaign with the early bird for the first 72 hours with the beautiful empire map designed by Francesco Mattioli, which is a very, very fine piece of art, if I may say so. And another thing that I would love to tackle before we say goodbye to our international audience, and just to let you know, this live will be uploaded then on YouTube. And if you have any question you maybe wanted to ask but couldn't since you weren't live here with us on our Facebook group, you can ask that in the comments on YouTube or even with a post on the Facebook group. One thing that I would love to hear you talk about. We have fans from Germany that won the Germania region handbook.
I also want to do Germania.
I would love to.
Everyone would love to do so. So I know it's very high in the list of next regions to tackle. So what I wanted to talk about with you guys is also what do you think about this kind of exploration we're going to do about this campaign? Because we usually, as we were saying, explore the Lex Arcana, the empire of Lex Arcana geographically. but now we are going to finally explore it on the timeline. So we usually expanded in space, and now we're expanding in time. And so maybe if you want to share what was the most interesting thing about working on this campaign and trying to try to think about Lex Arcana in maybe a different way than what you used to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just so exciting to have a chance to bring together a lot of inputs that have been sprinkled through Lex Arcana throughout the years, and see how they all add up to sort of an epic form of let's say transition for the Empire, transformation, and it's just really exciting because the types of stories that this first book, storyline book, and hopefully the next steps of this line will let us tell. The stories this approach will let us tell are very exciting, and they're diverse. They're ways of thinking about putting the Custodes in positions that are unfamiliar for them and for the players. And I think that'll just lead to a lot of really exciting gameplay. So that would be,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Francesca, Enrico, Claudio, do you want to add anything else?
I like it because because also the Custodes will operate in writing this history in a sort of their actions will change, could change the history of the Lex Arcana. So before it is not possible to operate in time and changing the politics or the
Sure.
story. You can. So this is very, very interesting.
I know that Claudio says that also as a demiurge, because obviously we are already playtesting the adventures, and so Claudio is having a lot of fun, right?
Yes. They always that all the group, but it was very very fun. It was very fun. No, they were really shocked when.
That's cool.
Yes.
We can expect a bit of shock at the end of this campaign.
Yes. And they are players. They are players. We played for more than 10 years, so they saw very, very a lot of adventures. But
nice.
at the end, they were very shocked.
I like this. I like it a lot. We have a lot of comments actually.
In their eyes. and now what happened?
We have Elias saying, I'm super excited about the story. In fact, I think a full-blown Historia Arcana volume as a companion to the encyclopedia, as a deep dive into the Pax Deorum and the Uchronia would be amazing. Flavia Gallia Scholastica, it's your turn.
Flavia Gallia Scholastica would be delighted to write such a huge volume. Actually, she had to be stopped when she was writing the Encyclopedia Arcana because, she was writing too much. So, she would love to. But actually, I mean, papyrus is quite expensive. So, I don't know if she's going to do it. She could do
Let's say we'll keep this idea here in our minds.
Yeah, but anyway, the nice thing about all this project about the fall is that sometimes you feel that there's more to the story than what is happening now, because it's an alternative history, but actually it is also a very static history in a way, because we reach this point, the Lex Arcana is this big change that we have in history, but actually we don't know anything more about that, because it's a sort of moment freezed in time. The nice thing about this project is that we can move on, and not only on, but also wider in space. So it's something that for people who love nice stories, it's a wonderful moment, because they can read a nice story and also be part of it. So it's something that it's really exciting. I'm so sorry that I'm part of the authors, because I cannot play it. I would love to be, one of the players discovering like Claudius was, and to be shocked at the end. I would love to be shocked, but
alas, we all know what's going to happen. Right. But we can bask in the joy of the players who will discover what will happen.
Yeah.
So
we'll joy.
Exactly, we will live vicariously. Kai suggests that Germania could actually also be a campaign. Germania, total war, a war at the borders of the empire.
That's a great
title.
We'll
see. That's a great title, but and I take Jason's question to say this. For the moment, I think that most of our campaigns will take place outside the borders of the Empire. If the expedition lines, the one in which we will publish Rise of Atlantis, will be enjoyed by our players. So Hibernia and Persis could be destinations, but which we talked about. I highly suggest you to go on our YouTube channel, Acheron Games, and take a look at the live stream we uploaded there that we did last week, that was all about Rise of Atlantis and the possibility of doing expeditions outside of the borders.
Hibernia is already in the Britannia volume.
Britannia book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
yes.
Sure.
So
absolutely.
If you want to go outside the Empire, you can go in Hibernia.
One of the adventures takes you there too, in Britannia.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, it totally slipped my mind, but you're absolutely right. And go, Francesca. Sorry.
We have too many volumes. You cannot remember all of them. And it's still growing. So it's
absolutely.
Easy.
Yeah, but the expeditions will definitely take you outside the borders of the Empire, and these new books that we are launching with the fall, which is the storylines, will take you further into the timeline. So we thought that developing them this way would be the best way to let all players enjoy Lex Arcana as they wish to. So. When will this campaign start? I think we are ready to reveal it with the correct date now. And to all backers, all future backers, I hope. The campaign will start on the 9 of April. I already said it right. I'm sorry. Why didn't you stop me? I was really sure.
No. Because you're just so charismatic, and we just want to follow you.
I'm sorry. As someone else said before, I am falling. It's probably.
You could tell us something about next week's live, maybe. For
the absolutely, absolutely. I can.
The title is "The Fall of Camilla."
Yes, exactly. So, the next week, actually, the authors will catch a breath. You will take a break, and we will talk about all the pledges that will compose the campaign. So you will know what will be your options if you want to back and support the project, and maybe you want to get also some book from past campaigns. Maybe you want to have some of the books in some format, some of the books maybe you do not care to have them physical, you want them just digital. We will talk about any possible option you could have to support this campaign and to get your annual dose of Lex Arcana, basically. 9th of April. Yeah, with a festive banner. I like that. And so next Monday has become our weekly appointment. So we will do a live stream to talk about this and let you know what your options are. Before I actually fall apart right now, right here in live stream on Facebook, if I let maybe the Custodes think about any other question they might have before saying goodbye to all of you, and then I just say maybe we can give a little bit of a preview about what we may talk about in the next few days, as we've done in the previous weeks. We'd like to maybe share a sneak peek of something of this volume. For Rome, we talked about the Vestals. For the Rise of Atlantis, we talked about the Daedala. And I know that we want to share something about some NPC, and I'm thinking about name, and I will say it, and Francesca will decide if that's the one. I would love Corvus.
I know. Everybody, who doesn't love Corvus? Yeah.
You said the name.
Well, actually, it doesn't mean much. But if you read, it doesn't mean much. But if you read between the lines or between the letters, maybe Corvus means.
I don't know. I would love that, but I know I don't. I also don't want to spoil too much. So maybe it will be someone else. Who knows? Who knows?
Okay.
Come on, to keep silent.
Guys, sometimes a bit of locura is necessary.
Who doesn't love a good spoiler?
Yeah, exactly. No, by the way, we will talk about some NPC, and we will talk about something about this volume, and let's just say that we won't say too much. We don't want you to get to the fall with knowing exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, Locura is new to Domiro's villain, that's for sure. Guys, I don't see.
I can name an NPC from Locura. Yeah, it's a nice name. I like it.
It's a nice name. It's a nice name.
Maxima.
Exactly. Okay, I don't see any new questions, so maybe it's best to just end this here. I thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. Again, I hope to see every one of you next week when we talk about the pledges, and then on April 9 when the campaign actually starts. Thank you, Francesca, Enrico, Ian, and Claudio, for being patient with me and for answering all of our questions. And I'll catch with you really, really soon. Bye, guys.
Valete.
Bye-bye. Valete.